Welcome, fellas. I'm back from camping, and first piece of mail. Dream Havoc. Real advice. Supreme, I'm wondering if you could give me real advice in choosing what products really work. For example, I want ones that stand by their shit. I want to change from a nice guy to a mature. I don't give a fuck what you think guy. I understand changing mental state can change behaviors, but I have a hard time with that. I want something that can really help me or help me change my perspective of the world, fear into action, something like that. You need confidence then. I might check one of yours, but I'm skeptical now. That's okay. But that now that I've bought some from other PUAs. Okay, I'm not a pickup artist. Okay, I'm the real thing from the real world. There's a difference. I just did a show on that, in fact, and I didn't get shit, but a bit of motivation. Okay, well, I can't advise you on what products they have because I don't participate in their game or their business. I have no idea what they sell, and I don't agree with whatever they're selling anyway, so I really can't help you there. Okay. In fact, I was telling some people that met these really nice people, very wealthy people, and I was telling them the wives of these rich guys about what I'm doing online, and I was explaining to them the pickup artist game. And one of the women mentioned vibes, and Jovian said yes. And then they proceeded to talk about how women can actually feel something, and there's one fellow, he thinks it's all about, women listen to their vibes all the time. And he's questioning that's how did Jeffrey Dahmer, if they can feel vibes, how did Jeffrey Dahmer get at them and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, interesting weekend. Next piece of mail, my name is Alex, I'm 17 and thinking about dropping out and getting my GED. I don't recommend that, Kashim. I think your name is Kashim. There's too many youths out there without a proper high school diploma. And also, when you get to probably in your 30s, you'll appreciate having a high school reunion, or when you get older, okay? So why deprive yourself of that? You only have one more year left. And I'd just do the last year, get it done, okay? My little brother, he did that same thing, and it was harder for him to even attend a college, okay? So I definitely recommend you stay there and actually do well at it. Surprisingly, my last year, I was on the Dean's Honor Roll. So I actually set up the last year and paid more attention and did some of the homework. So I had a really good GPA when I graduated back in '77. So I don't recommend you do that. Am I wrong in dropping out and obtaining GED? I feel that you are, okay? Because I'm older, I can see what the benefits of staying will be for you, Kashim, especially if you're an African American or African. GED is here in this country, so you're probably in this country. So either one, you definitely want to have that, at least that under your belt, if not some college. Ego over confident. Hey, Supreme, I've taken your advice on controlling myself when it comes to eating food. My overcompensation and getting back on track. I'm doing a lot better, thanks. Oh, yes, the captain. Yeah, it's good to hear from you, man. Question, what the difference between being egotistical and being overconfident? Egotistical is usually caused by insecurity. You bolster up this super confident front, okay? And another difference is real confidence is real. You don't need to put up a fake front. You just have it. What's the difference, if there is one? There's definitely one. I ask this because there are certain females that tell me that I'm overconfident, mostly the aggressive and dominant types of females, where they're not going to like any type of masculine anyway. Those over-aggressive types, they want you to be some bitches. So don't ask them. Oh. Is this an ego thing? Yes, the overconfidence is definitely an ego thing. You're hiding something. Overconfident to yourself sometimes. Are you overconfident of yourself sometimes, Master Player Supreme? Nope, I didn't even do very good at that, hiding my racial inferiority complex I had. by a fake overconfidence thing. I couldn't even do that very well. So I didn't do the overconfident thing. I got really confident in myself. That, you know, I would act like a little bit of an asshole sometimes, but I was never really rude to people. I was only rude if they're rude to me, okay? But outside of that, you know, it's kind of interesting. One of the guy's wives she said something about my voices. I was talking about things in the African American community, and I was noticing, I've only noticed this, it was my own observation, that because of my own family and my ex-wife's family, hers is opposite. Her mother was light-skinned, her dad's dark-skinned. My dad's light-skinned and my mom's dark-skinned. And I said, I noticed, don't someone dark-skinned write to me about this. But I noticed that the extra darker-skinned people tend to be, as parents, meaner than the light-skinned ones, okay? Now, those of you guys who have that scenario, you could probably either say I'm full of shit or agree with it. You know, maybe you notice the same thing. Like if your mom was light skinned, was she extra nice compared to your other parental figure, or reverse them? But I was just noticing how I noticed that, and she said, "Well, you don't seem like you're a mad or a angry," or she said something about my voice sounded very nice, and it made me sound like a very nice person. And I kind of joke and say, well, I've got you fooled. That's my special power, to fool people. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, confidence. So anyway, that was one example that I was talking about this weekend. Let's go on to the next piece of mail, which is religion. I just wanted to know if you could tell me a YouTube video that talks about the truth of religion, because I heard you talking about it a little in your video. Shaquan, let me send you a link. I got to go dig through a bunch of links that I have. They might be on my site. Some of the stuff I didn't record the links, but there's quite a bit of stuff out there. And there's one fellow that's preaching. He's an ex-African-American priest, and he's now preaching something else. Let's go on to the next piece of mail. England, show of appearance. Oh yeah, okay, I've already dealt with this one. And Father Pharaoh, owner of the womanizergame.com, is asking for an interview, and I agreed to be interviewed by him. Real players are needed. Hey, Supreme, have been out in the field for a while and noticed field, huh? And notice how desperate the need of players is in the world. I met some dudes from the old class, etc., and had some convo about parties, girls, etc. It always ended up the same way. There is no party without being drunk. Hey, what the fuck, dude? You're dancing without alcohol? You don't get girls outside parties. Okay, these aren't real players then, if they got to rely on liquor. These are just some old guys. These guys are so fucking low and desperate that they can't even talk to an opposite gender without being so drunk. Yeah, these guys never learned to be real men and real players. They have to use that liquid courage. And I don't recommend that, fellas. I don't recommend you using the liquid courage, because 80% of all guys are like this. The rest are those who manage to build some self-esteem. The entire and big hunt for power and to have most contacts and suck-offs. Yeah, I agree. Those kind of fellas just they're not cool. Okay, this is spam. I wish these guys would learn that you're not gonna get anywhere with there. And then Phil has asked me to check out a video link. Can't believe this video, man. Let me check that out in a minute. Let's see. Let's click this and click that, and here we go.
Another New York Times reply. This one is about a Washington State Indian tribe That's what it says on here, Indian tribe, not Native American. And I don't think all Native Americans are like this, where they think that gays were accepted in their traditions and shit. I never heard about this. When did the indigenous people that are proud and level 58 shamans of World of Warcraft ever accepted homosexuality?
I've never known Native Americans to accept homosexuality either, to be honest with you guys. I'll have to watch that one later. Sounds interesting. The demise of nice guys. And someone's giving me another video link. He writes, I figured you would enjoy this since you always ranted about how we are turning into pussies. Okay, I'm afraid to open this one up. Because fellas, there's some bad stuff going on. I was talking about this subject with the older guys there. These are in their 60s and 70s. And this is Philip Zimbardo, The Demise of Guys. But the older folks have noticed the changes in men also. So it's kind of interesting. Hello, Supreme. Next piece of mail. I need an older male's advice. I'm in my late 20s, and I have a friend who's been close to my family for years. So he's like a cousin to me. He's around 19. He's been fucking up his life lately. Heavy drinking, DUI, license suspension. Ooh, getting fired from jobs, problems at home where he could get kicked out, making his main priority partying and his girlfriend. He wasn't like this last year. He has not had good role models. His mother didn't want him, and his father was an alcoholic too. One of his relatives asked me for advice. What would you say? Well, first of all, you got to see where the problem's really coming from, which is, his inner family circle. And you got to try to get to make him realize that that's what's causing him to do all this stuff and act out. Obviously, he feels unwanted, and I know what that feels like, not to have the love of your mother. So you tend to can do crazy things with it. And for people that are fucking up, it's hard for me to even relate to that, because I'm always looking at improving my life and coming up and getting better in it. So basically, you got to be a little bit understanding, and then talk from that point of understanding with me. I realize there's some issues at home. This is not how you want to live your life. He's only 19 right now, but what he doesn't realize is what's going to happen to him will affect his life for the rest of his life. If he gets a record and stuff, that stuff doesn't go away. So if you could explain to him how, recognize that he's 19, but explain to him that in 10 years he'll be 29, and 10 years after that he'll be 39. And how does he want his life to look? Does he want to be a deadbeat? Or does he want to eventually grow up and have a house? Explain to him he might want to have a house, kids, and will his kids be proud of him for his past, or will they be ashamed of him for his past? So you might use that, since it's family, his problems are family oriented anyway. And see if that works with him. And the most you can do is try to show him a better route. Okay. Right now he's in the state where he probably ain't gonna listen to anybody, but hopefully that'll reach him. Usually with people like this, it takes something really, really serious for them to wake up. And talking to him about, his future life and owning, like if you could tell him you could see him owning a business and driving a big car, having a big house, and being able to pay his parents back by being a success instead of subconsciously destroying his life, is a better route, better way to revenge. Also, because he wants to get revenge on them. He thinks by doing all this stuff will hurt them and all that, but it doesn't. So it only hurts him. So if you could also angle that aspect of in there. And I always say the best revenge is by doing better and making the people that you try to get your revenge on jealous of how successful you are. Good luck in that, and I wish you guys well, fellas.